ready today on this nice, refreshing day. That's how we're going to leave it today. We do want to welcome you to the Iowa Beef Expo Angus show. We will sell tomorrow at noon. All these animals are for sale. And in the ring right now is number 1, lot 1, Corey Peg, 708, consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa. She is a July 5th, 2020 daughter.
Good morning, everybody. As you all know from outside, it's a real chilly morning to start things off. And I guess I'm real pleased to be here in Iowa to see these big Angus cattle that we've got here in their state. And some of the best breeders in the nation, I think, have come from this state. And I know the cattle in this part of the country are second to none. And I think this is a really good individual to start out with in this first class, single entry. But you're looking at a really complete female in terms of height, size, density, and we'll get a look at her again as it comes back out for division. But a really nice individual to start out with.
Again, first place in that class went to Colin Corey with Corey Peg 708. Now entering in our ring are our June and May heifers. Lot 2, Moffett Winnie 2054, consigned by Moffett Angus Farms, Colfax, Iowa. Lot 3, Vincent Erica 093, consigned by Callie Jensen and Jensen Angus. As several of you will see, we also have our main judge, the gentleman in the gray coat. He is Scott Henderson. He's from Illinois. He shows his ranch is DBA, Double Diamond Angus. We are really happy to have him today in this nice, warm Iowa day. But we also have some gentlemen walking around. They're our sale committee, and all they do is they evaluate every animal and give us a value on it so we can set a sale order. So that's kind of explains everything that's going on.
real nice class here with two heifers, a little bit different in terms of like their growth patterns at this stage of the game. But the heifer we're going to start with, I like her in terms of her hip structure and hind leg. And I think she gets out a little freer off the back end at this point. The other heifer, some of that might be just she's a little tentative too coming out here. The heifer we got the second, you do have to admit she has more extension in terms of skeleton length and overall frame, but I just think the heifer that wins the class is better in terms of balance and profile, and I like her in terms of her hip structure, but a really close pair of heifers in this class.
In that class, in our class 2, first went to Jensen Erica 093, consigned by Kelly Jensen and Jensen Angus. Second went to Moffett Winnie 2054, consigned by Moffett Angus Farms, Colfax, Iowa. Those, along with your lot 1, will now be showing for Intermediate Heifer Calf Champion.
We get out here for division, and you've got your two class winners. The heifer that wins the first class, I really do like this female in terms of her overall balance, pattern, rib shape. She's got a lot of cow characteristics in her in terms of after she goes through a show career. I think will be a real productive cow once she gets in production. She's real moderate in her type, she's adequate in her width, and really a nice individual. The heifer we got out of the second class, she's a little greener in her makeup in terms of type and kind. I really like the extension she has through her front end, and I like the hip structure on this female real well, and she's definitely adequate in terms of rib shape. But two really good individuals, they're good on the move, and a really nice pair, and we'll go out and select your champion of this division.
Okay, our champion intermediate heifer went to lot 1, Corey Peg 708, consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa, and reserve went to Jensen Erica 093. She was consigned by Callie Jensen, Jensen Angus. It should be in front of the stands is our show program, supplement sheet. There's some catalogs, directory. If you can't find what you need, come over here and I'll try to help you out, or ask somebody along the way and we'll get what you need. We're now in class 3, lot 5, KLB Blackbird 0608. She is consigned by Brant Farms, Corning, Iowa. She's an April 20th heifer.
Another real nice entry, a single entry in this class of Aprils. A heifer here that you've got to appreciate for her length of skeleton, length of neck and body. Definitely has enough adequate in terms of rib shape. She's a little tentative on the move out here, being by herself, I think, but this heifer gets out and moves real adequate in terms of movement. A real nice female to win this class.
Okay, your first place in class 3 was lot 5, KLB Blackbird 0608. We're now showing our March heifers. That's class 4. Lot 9 is Tri-K Barbie, Kit Fox H65, consigned by Tri-K Cattle Company, Waverly, Iowa. Lot 10, CB Proven Queen 021, consigned by Cassidy Becker, Becker Angus, Diagonal, Iowa. Lot 11, JA Queen Peggy 0480, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. Lot 12, WB Forever Lady 0518, consigned by Weston Brant, Brant Farms. Number 13, BH Iris 840, consigned by Ron Book, Luzerne, Iowa. And number 14, RNDJ Lady Drover, consigned by RNDJ Farms, Postville, Iowa. These are your March heifers.
Real nice class of March heifers here. I think it comes down to these two to win the class for your first and second. A couple individuals, it's pretty close in terms of placing, but I think that there's just some things I like a little better about this heifer that wins the class. I think she's a little stronger in her top, the way she ties in behind her neck and shoulder. She's definitely got more rib shape to her. She's good in terms of bone structure, and I like her just a little better as she gets out and goes and once she's set up. The heifer you got in second, you've got to appreciate. She's a little fresher in her kind and type. I like the way she ties into her neck in terms of shoulder up front. But she does have a tendency to break right behind her shoulder after she sets there a little bit. And I would like to see her move out a little freer off her back end, but a real nice individual to end up second in this class. Really nice class of marches all the way through. There's some good females on down the line too. Just a real strong class from end to end.
Okay, first place in Class 4 went to Lot 10, CB Proven Queen 021, consigned by Cassidy Becker and Becker Angus. Second went to Lot 12, WB Forever Lady 0518, consigned by Weston Brandt, Brandt Farms. Coming back for that division will be your Class 3 winner, Lot 5, KLB Blackbird 0608, consigned by Brandt Farms, Corning, Iowa. So we have in contention 5 and 10 for champion, and reserve contention would be Lot 12.
We get back out here for division, and then these two individuals present themselves really well for this division. The heifer from the first class, I like her in terms of her makeup, her maturity, and her condition at this stage of the game. A really nice individual. You got to like in terms of her lines, her structure, a really nice individual that wins that class. We get to the heifer in the second class, and this is definitely, this one says cow when you look at this one. She's big bodied, she's big ribbed, she's good in her bone structure, and just a real nice individual when you get from the side. I maybe like to just lean her up just a tick, but that's not that big a deal at this point. But these are two really nice individuals for this division, and we're going to use the young lady's heifer from the second class to win this division. And then we'll move up into this other heifer from that same class, pull her up and look at her. Like I said in class, this is a pretty close pair in this class that these two came out of in these marches. I think we'll go ahead and follow up with this second place heifer of that class for reserve in this division. She kind of follows, and this is a close pair to begin with. I like this heifer in terms of her length and extension, and she's adequate in her bone and rib shape. A real nice individual to follow up with.
Your champion late junior heifer calf went to lot 10, CB Proven Queen 021, consigned by Cassidy Becker and Becker Angus. Your reserve was also second in that class. That was lot 12, WB Forever Lady 0518, consigned by Weston Brandt and Brandt Farms. Okay, we are now showing class 5. That first in the ring is 15, O'Neill's Royal Lady 172. That's lot 15, consigned by O'Neill Angus, Logan, Iowa. Second in class in the ring right now is J.A. Erica 0132, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. And third in there is MFP Melania SS0148, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. These are your February born heifers.
really nice class. February's here. It gets a little more difficult in this class. There's not really a heifer that sticks out in this group. They're all pretty even in terms of the playing field here. I guess when it comes down to, we're going to start with the heifer in terms of weight per day of age, and cow power is going to win this class. You have to appreciate this heifer in terms of her width, in terms of her substance of bone, and overall skeleton. Just a real nice female in terms of weight per day of age. The heifer that we've gotten second, she's a little greener in her makeup through her front end, and I like the way she ties through her shoulder and neck area, but just doesn't have the weight per day of age. It doesn't, excuse me, doesn't quite hold together when she's on the standstill, when she's set up. And then we've also got another heifer there that you have to appreciate in terms of her length of skeleton and overall dimension.
First place in that class went to lot 16, J.A. Erica 0132, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. Second went to O'Neill's Royal Lady 172, lot 15, consigned by O'Neill Angus, Logan, Iowa. We're now showing a January heifers, and that consists of lot 18, Koch Forever Lady 212, consigned by Koch Angus Farms, Columbus Junction, Iowa.
A single entry in this January class that we have here. Real nice individual in terms of her overall kind and type. We'll get her back out for division here and see how she stacks up with the previous class. Nice individual.
Again in that class, in our January class, our first place winner went to lot 18, Koch Forever Lady 212, consigned by Koch Angus Farms, Columbus Junction. She will be coming back into contention for our late junior champion heifer against lot 16, J.A. Rachel 0132, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. Second in that first class went to O'Neill's Royal Lady 172, consigned by O'Neill Angus Farms, Logan, Iowa.
We get back out here for division on these January and Februaries, and it comes down to, I guess, in terms of looking at these females, I guess it comes down to cow power in terms of pounds and weight per day of age, and we're going to use the female out of this first class. Use her for your champion. Your reserve, we're going to follow with the second place heifer in that class. She more closely follows the type of the one that wins this division. Real nice pair of heifers.
Okay, your early junior calf champion female went to lot 16. J.A. Rachel 0132, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. Second went to O'Neill's Royal Lady 172. She was your reserve. She is consigned by O'Neill Angus Farms, Logan, Iowa. Okay, we are ready for our senior heifer calf division. Your number 20 heifer is Moffat Elsa M996. She is consigned by Jillian Moffat, Moffat Angus, Colfax, Iowa. And she is a September born of 2019.
Really good individual in this September fall female here. You have to appreciate this female in terms of her pattern, her overall balance. She ties in really nice through her top, and she's really good in terms of rib shape, a real good cow prospect in terms of this female. Really like this female, and we'll see her when she comes back out.
Your winner again in that class, your senior or your September heifers, was Moffat Elsa M996. That's lot 20. Jillian Moffat, Moffat Angus. We're now showing August heifer. She is MFP Karma 9312, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. She is class 19.
Real nice female to win this class, single entry here. Real nice cow in terms of production parameters. When you look at her in terms of overall size scale, rib shape, and overall balance. Real nice female. We'll get her back out here for division.
Again, in contention for our senior champion female, senior heifer calf champion female, is lot 19 MFP Karma 9312, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, and lot 20 Moffat Elsa M996, which is consigned by Jillian Moffat and Moffat Angus, Colfax, Iowa.
We get these two females back out for the senior heifer division here. And there's one female that sticks out in terms of overall pattern balance, actual width to her and structure and on the move. And that's the heifer from our first class. She'll win this division. Reserve will be the heifer from the second class. Real nice pair of females.
Your senior heifer calf champion went to lot 20, Moffat Elsa M996, consigned by Jillian Moffat, Moffat Angus. Your reserve went to MFP Karma 9312. We are consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. We're now showing our junior champion female. She is lot 24, Rosenboom 953. She is owned by Brett Coughlin, Blairstown, Iowa, and Rosenboom Cattle Company, Sioux Center, Iowa.
Another real nice single entry in this class. A female that typifies Angus body or Angus characteristics, the way she is through her head and neck. Real nice female in terms of femininity and angularity through her front end. She's starting to show some characteristics of that cow type in terms of a little udder development and at this stage. Real nice single individual, and we'll look at her again when they come back out for the overall. Thank you.
Your junior champion female went to Rosenboom 953, consigned by Brett Coughlin, Blairstown, Iowa, and Rosenboom Cattle Company, Sioux Center, Iowa. We'll now be showing for our grand champion female. All right, Callie. In contention for grand champion in that first division, your intermediate heifer calf champion again went to Corey Peg 701. That is lot 1, consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa. Reserve in that division is lot 3, Jensen Erica 093. In our late junior heifer calf champion, the winner was lot 10, CB Proven Queen 021, consigned by Cassidy Becker Angus. Reserve was lot 12, WB Forever Lady 0518. Your early junior calf champion went to lot 16. Lot 16, J.A. Rachel 0132. And reserve went to O'Neill Angus with O'Neill's Royal Lady 172. That is lot 15. Your senior calf champion was lot 20, Moffat Elsa M996, consigned by Jillian Moffat and Moffat Angus. And reserve in that division was MFP Karma 9312. Your junior champion female that's last in the ring for champion is lot 24, Rosenboom 953, consigned by Brett Coughlin, Blairstown, Iowa, and Rosenboom Cattle Company, Sioux Center, Iowa. These will be going for contention. Now, the grand champion female has the opportunity to come back for our Supreme Row champion that will go against all divisions of sale cattle, and there's $5,000 up for grabs. $2,500 goes to the consigner, and $2,500 goes to the buyer. So you guys, you need to pay attention to that if you're looking at a heifer, because she will be in contention for that Supreme Row, which we are giving away as a Iowa Beef Expo.
I want to congratulate you as breeders on the quality of the cattle that you brought to me in this heifer show today. It's been really tough in terms of weather conditions and that, and I know that's affected the numbers that have been able to come to this show and for this sale. But overall, the numbers might be down a little bit, but I think there's some really good cattle all the way through in this group of females that we've looked at this morning. You get your final lineup here with these heifers that are back out here, and I think you have a really good representation of your breed and your state. And I like these individuals as a group once they get back out here. We'll kind of talk about each one individually. We'll start with the heifer out of the first division. I like this heifer in terms of her overall balance, her pattern. She's really nice in terms of her width, bone structure, and from the ground up, you really got to appreciate this female. A really good individual. You get to the heifer in the second division, and a really nice female in terms of cow type and power. I like the way this heifer ties in through her front end. She's extended in her neck, and she shows a lot of rib shape and power and pop to her rib. And she's also good in terms of her bone and structure. A really good individual. Get to the heifer in the next class. As we talked in class, you like this female in terms of her weight per day of age and the performance this female shows in terms of growth and extension, and I think she'll make a real nice individual in production. We get to the heifer, the fall heifer here, and this heifer, you've got to appreciate her in terms of her overall balance. She's good in terms of width. She's good in terms of her bone and structure, a real nice individual. You got to appreciate how she is in terms of width down her top, and a real nice, complete individual. We get to the cow here on the back end of this group, and this cow, you got to appreciate her in terms of her Angus type and femininity through her front end, the way she ties in through her neck and shoulder. A really nice individual that's starting to show some characteristics that she's getting closer to calving. She's starting to udder up, and a real nice individual. I guess when it comes down to, I like the individual that I'm going to use here. I think she's good in terms of power and that, and I think she kind of surfaces and comes to the top, and it's a real tough decision here when you get to the top of this thing, but the female that we're going to use is going to be the one out of this second class. That for your overall female, congratulations.
Your grand champion female is lot 10, CB Proven Queen 021, Cassidy Becker, Becker Angus, consigned her from Diagonal, Iowa.
I guess we need to talk about this individual that was reserve division by the heifer we just used. I like this heifer in terms of her extension, length of body, and she's good in terms of her rib shape and bone structure, and I like her from the ground up. She comes into this lineup, and I think it's kind of comes between her and another individual that we're looking at out here. I'm going to give them one more look here real quick, and then we'll pick our reserve.
Our reserve grand champion heifer was lot 12, WB Forever Lady 0518. She followed the Becker heifer out of division. That's your reserve grand champion female. We will have a little mini break while our judge takes pictures with the winners. We are now starting our bull show today. Class 10 in the ring is lot 25, RNC JB Insight 0133, consigned by RNC Angus, Monticello, Iowa. Number 26, G&E Bronc 5910, consigned by Bieber Angus, Waukon, Iowa. Number 27, BH Roy 410, consigned by Ron Book, Luzerne, Iowa. Number 28, Schroeder Luck of the Draw, consigned by Drew Schroeder, Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. And number 29, R&R Follow Me 004, consigned by Wes Ruby and R&R Stock Farms, Green, Iowa. This is the first class of our bull show, Class 10. They are April and March bulls.
really good set of bulls in this first class that we've got out here. It comes down to, I think there's two individuals that combine the things you like to see in terms of balance, width, shape, and structure from the ground up. And I start with this bull that we're going to start with. You have to appreciate him in terms of his overall balance and width. Really good individual in terms of width at top. He's good in his scrotum, and he's good in terms of his bone structure. And you like this bull when you get him on the side. I would like to free him up just a little bit, but they get on this dirt that's kind of tough in here, and they don't seem to quite move quite as well when they get on this hard surface sometimes. The bull you got in second, you really got to like this individual in terms of his weight per day of age and his overall power and dimension. A really good set of bulls to start off with, and two good individuals, a really strong class all the way through.
Okay, first place in your Class 10 went to lot 29, R&R Follow Me 004. He is consigned by Wes Ruby and R&R Stock Farms, Green, Iowa. Second went to Schroeder Luck of the Draw, consigned by Drew Schroeder, Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. We will now be showing Class 11. In contention for 11 is Lot 30, O'Neill's Geronimo 270, consigned by O'Neill Angus Farm, Logan, Iowa. Lot 31, Tri-KG Fun Composite H14, consigned by Tri-K Cattle Company, Waverly, Iowa. Lot 32, Jensen Gryman Express 053, consigned by Cale Jensen, Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. Number 33, RNDJ Georgina Drover, consigned by Jacob White and RNDJ Farms, Postville, Iowa. And Lot 34, Colin Insight 703, consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa.
Really good set of bulls here again. I really think this particular class is really strong from top to bottom. We're going to start with the bull that I think puts a combination of things together in terms of phenotype, width, structure, and from the ground up, I really like this bull. He's really smooth in his pattern, he ties in really nice through his front end, and he's really strong down his top and shows a lot of width and dimension, and he's really good in terms of rib shape. The bull in second maybe is not one of the bigger bulls in the class. He's more moderate, but he ties together better in terms of balance and phenotype, and I like the way he ties into his shoulder-neck junction. A really smooth bull in terms of that. Really good set of bulls.
Okay, in that class was Corey Insight 703, lot 34, consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa. He was first. Second was lot 32, Jensen Greiman Express 053, consigned by Cale Jensen, Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. That was lot 32. They are now coming back into contention with our first and second out of class 10, which was 29. R&R Follow Me 004, consigned by Wes Ruby, and R&R Stock Farm, Green, Iowa. And second was Schroeder's Luck of the Draw, Drew Schroeder, Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. They are now doing a division of late junior bull calf champion.
get these first two classes of bulls back out here for this first division. And I think you got some give and take in terms of the type and kind a little bit, and in terms of, well, somewhat hair a little bit on some of these bulls. But overall, I think this is a really nice set of bulls once you get them back out here. And I guess it depends on where you want to put your emphasis in terms of production, muscle, you know, EPDs, whatever your emphasis is. But I think these are just good bulls in terms of type and kind. And I think the bull out of the first class, you got to appreciate this bull for his overall width and dimension throughout. He's good in terms of bone and structure. I'd like to see him move out just a tick freer, and might be a little bit. He's a little hesitant because it's the first time he's been in the ring probably. But I mean, you get to the bull in this second class. I like this bull. He's really smooth and nice in terms of type and kind. I like him out on the move, and he just ties in real together through his top, down through his rib and shape, and he's got width and dimension when you get behind him. Just a good, solid bull, I think, and he's going to be your division winner. We're going to go ahead and use him. We'll pull this bull in that was second to him in class and give him another look. When you bring in this bull that was second to the bull that wins this division in class, I think he more typifies the bull that we ended up using. We're going to follow with him for reserve in this division. Really nice set of bulls.
For champion late junior bull calf went to lot 34, Corey Insight 703. Consigned by Colin Corey, Altoona, Iowa. Second went to Jensen Gryman Express 053, consigned by Cale Jensen and Jensen Angus. We'll now be showing class 12. That is the start of our February bulls. First in is 37, Hearts Powerhouse 096909. Lot 38, DTA El Dorado 2004, consigned by Diamond Trail, Monroe, Iowa. Lot 40, EA Black Magic, consigned by Dustin and Ebit, Marble Rock, Iowa. Lot 41, MLC Barbie's Primo, consigned by Reese Thorson, Knoxville, Iowa. Lot 42, O'Neill's Gladiator, O'Neill's Angus Farm, Logan, Iowa. And back to a sub, which is 39X. They are consigned by Jacobson Angus. And it's in your supplement sheet, JA General 0247.
a really challenging class, I think, when you get into this group. There's some types and kind differences throughout, and it just depends on where you want to kind of put your emphasis in terms of weight per day of age versus type, kind, or pattern. But a really good set of bulls all the way through. And like I say, you start out with an individual here that I think kind of comes to the top because he is the combination bull of the class in terms of pattern, width, and overall dimension. You got to appreciate him and his width down his top and width through his lower quarter. And he's good in terms of structure and bone. And this bull kind of comes to the top of this class. Where it gets kind of tough, I think, is where you want to put your emphasis when you come in with your second. This bull, he's not the biggest bull in the class. He's moderate, but he's good in terms of his pattern, his overall look, and he's good when he gets look at him from the ground up. This bull, I think he'll come on as he puts some weight on, and this bull to me has some future to him, and I like this bull for second. He just kind of falls in. But you've got some really good individuals on down the line. Like I say, it just depends on where you want to put your emphasis.
First place in Class 12 went to Lot 37, Hearts Powerhouse 096909, consigned by Hannah Rogers and Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. Second went to Lot 41, MLC Barbie's Primo, consigned by Reese Thorazin, Knoxville, Iowa. We're now showing Class 13. That's the older February bulls. First in is HC Treasure 203, consigned by Colton Haig, Gowrie, Iowa. Lot 44, MFP Inertia 050, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. Lot 45, Hearts Powerhouse 06606, consigned by Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. Lot 46, J.A. Colonel 0613, consigned by Jacobson Angus, Galva, Iowa. Lot 47, Plum Creek Luton 0601, consigned by Plum Creek Angus, Algona, Iowa. Lot 48, Jensen Express 026 of FAF, consigned by Jensen Angus Farms, Plainfield, Iowa. Lot 49, Schroeder Ace 1715, consigned by Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. And rounding out the class is Lot 50, Swenson's 316 2120, consigned by Swenson Angus, Radcliffe, Iowa. These are your older February 2020 bulls.
another really strong class of bulls. It gets pretty tough in this class, I guess, after you get past these top two. There's some bulls that you have some differences in. You got to appreciate some of their traits that they exhibit when they get out here. But the bull that we lead off with, I just like this individual in terms of his overall balance. I like him in terms of length of body. I think he's good in terms of his condition at this stage of the game, and I like him in terms of his movement and his structure. Just a bull to me that kind of combines everything and comes to the top of the class. I think it gets really tough when you come into deciding on where you want to go, I guess, in terms of your second place bull. But this bull, he's got so many good traits that we ended up using. I like him in terms of his rib state, his expansion, and just his overall width. He's a little bit deceiving when you look at him. He's got so much rib, you wonder if he's got quite enough length compared to a couple of other bulls. But he is so deep ribbed, it throws you off a little bit. Just a stout, rugged individual that I think will make a really good breeding bull.
First place in the last class went to Swinson Angus, Radcliffe, Iowa, with the Swinson's 3:16:21:20. Second went to Schroeder Ace, 17:15, consigned by Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. That was lot 49. We're now showing our division winners. This will be our intermediate junior bull calf champion. Those two will go back against the class 12 winners, which were lot 37, Hearts Powerhouse 096909, and then second in that class was 41 MLC Barbie's Primo, consigned by Reese Thorson, Knoxville, Iowa. I would like to take the opportunity to thank our ring help today. We couldn't do this if it wasn't possible for Miss Maggie Moss and Miss Sis Greiman. They make everything enjoyable for the consigners out in the ring. Let's give them a round of applause.
Okay, we bring these bulls back out for this division, and you've got the bull in this first class here. You talk about a stout, rugged individual. He's big bone. He's good in terms of width all the way through, down his top, through his lower quarter. Just a real massive, powerful kind of bull. The bull we got in the second class, you like this individual in terms of his overall pattern, smoothness, how he ties together from end to end. A really good bull and from the ground up. But I think today we're going to go with the bull that shows the power and dimension. We're going to use the bull out of the first class. Bring the bull out that was second to him in class, and you got to appreciate him in terms of his overall smoothness and pattern. It gets to the point, I guess, where you look at these two, and I guess we're going to go with the bull out of our second class. He's got just a little more to him, his weight per day of age, and I like this bull and his overall smoothness. Congratulations.
Your intermediate junior bull calf champion went to lot 37, Hart's Powerhouse 096909, consigned by Hannah Rogers, Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. And reserve went to lot 50, Swenson's 3162120, consigned by Swenson Angus, Radcliffe, Iowa. We're now showing class 14. These are our January 2020 bulls, the younger Januaries. Destiny Knee-Bit from Marble Rock, Iowa, with EA Hot Lotto. That's lot 51. 52, MFP Big Shot 047, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. Lot 54, Schroeder Turning Point 56, consigned by Boyd Schroeder and Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. Lot 55, RNC LB Blueprint 9X03, consigned by Lauren Barker and RNC Angus. Lot 56, Cale Jensen and Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa, with Jensen Gemstone 017. And lot 57 is HC Entice 201, consigned by Colton Haig, Gowrie, Iowa. That is your class 14.
Start out this class with a pair of bulls here. I think it's really close between these two. You can kind of go back and forth, and you can make your decision on which bull you like better, maybe as far as that when they sell tomorrow. But I think these are both two good individuals when you get them out here. The bull we're going to start off with, I like him just a little better in terms of the way he ties in through his front end and his neck and shoulder. He's a little cleaner through his shoulder blade and that. And I like him in terms of his length, his strength of his top, and his width down his top. And he doesn't maybe have quite as much hair as the bull. He's lost a little bit from, as we all fight this time of year, some lice. But I mean, this is a really good bull. He's smooth and good in his type, and he gets out on the go, and he's good on the move. The bull we got in second, I like this bull in terms of his overall length of body. I like the way he ties in through his chest floor. He's really good in terms of width. He's good in terms of bone and structure. Just a good, solid bull.
First place in the last class went to Schroeder's Turning Point 56. That was lot 54. Boyd Schroeder, Schroeder Angus, Clarence, Iowa. Second in that class was Jensen Gemstone 017, consigned by Cale Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. We're now showing our early January cattle, and first in is lot 59. Tri-K QB Caution H10, consigned by Tri-K Cattle Company, Waverly, Iowa. 60, Jensen Special Effect FAF, consigned by Jensen Angus and Cale Jensen. Number 61, Tri-K W Up Kilogram H06, consigned by Tri-K Cattle Company. 62, CB Synergy 001, consigned by Cassidy Becker, Becker Angus. Number 63, Tri-K Pace Canter H02, consigned by Tri-K Cattle Company, Waverly, Iowa. And number 64, Swenson's 316-220, consigned by Swenson Angus, Radcliffe, Iowa. Those are your early January bulls.
Good set of bulls here all the way through in this class again. There's some good solid bulls as you get down the line. And the bulls we end up starting with in these top two, I really like this bull on top. He's really smooth in terms of his pattern. He ties in really nice through his neck and shoulder. He's strong down his top, and he's good in terms of structure and bone. I like the way he sets his feet. He didn't quite want to cooperate out here, so it was a little hard to get a look at him, but this bull kind of hit me when he first came in. I kind of liked this bull from the start. We come to a bull here in second that's real complete. He's moderate, he's thick, he's deep, he's got chest and width through his lower third. A good solid bull. Really like this bull. He falls into second pretty handily.
First place in that last class went to CB Synergy 001. That was lot 62, Cassidy Becker, Becker Angus, Diagonal, Iowa. Second went to Jensen Special Effect, FAF. That was consigned by Cale Jensen, Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. They are now going for early junior bull calf champion against the winners of class 14, which was Schroeder Turning Point 56, lot 54, consigned by Boyd Schroeder, Schroeder Angus. And second, Jensen Gemstone 017, consigned by Cale Jensen, Jensen Angus.
we get these bulls back out here for this division here. And the bull out of our first class, you really appreciate this individual in terms of his overall pattern and smoothness. I like the way he ties into his front end. He's smooth, he's got some rib shape to him. He's got some natural width that you gotta appreciate. A really good, solid, complete kind of bull. The bull in our second class, I look at this bull and I see a bull that I think shows a breeding potential when it comes to that. I like him in terms of his overall smoothness. I like the way he ties into his neck and shoulder. He's smooth and he's complete, and he ties it into his rib. He carries it down his top and into his quarter, and he's really good in terms of structure in his feet and legs. He doesn't quite want to cooperate setting up out here, but this bull, when he does set up, gives you a really good look, and I just like this bull in terms of his overall pattern. I like his smoothness. He wins this division as a good bull. We'll pull our second place bull up here and give him a look. I think it comes a little closer when we get to that point, but the bull that we used here initially, I think he wins this pretty easy in this division. Now it gets a little tighter when you pull these two in here together. The bull that was second to this bull in class, I like this bull. I like him in terms of his width. He carries it all the way back through. He's good and he's strong in terms of his structure. A good solid kind of bull. He's moderate in his type, and he looks like he's easy fleshing as far as that goes too. And I like that about him. I think it's real close when you get to these two bulls, but I'm going to use our second place bull from that same class.
Your champion in reserve early junior bull calf came out of the last class, 15. Champion early junior bull was CB Synergy 001, consigned by Cassidy Becker Angus. That was lot 62. Reserve went to lot 60. Jensen Special Effect, FAF, consigned by Cale Jensen and Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. We are now showing class 16. The first in the ring was lot 65, Koch High Tech 995, consigned by Koch Angus, Columbus Junction, Iowa. Then it becomes a substitute, which is 53X, MFP Southern Charm 9233, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. And then lot 66, Koch VAR Generation 976, consigned by Koch Angus Farms, Columbus Junction, Iowa.
Real good set of bulls here. I think we're going to start out with the bull that to me just kind of comes to the top logically. He's probably the best bull in terms of overall combination of length, extension, smoothness, and weight per day of age. I think this is a good bull to start out with. The bull that falls into second here, I think, is a good kind of bull in terms of his smoothness through his front end. He's good in terms of structure and movement. A really nice bull. He doesn't have a lot of hair, so what you see is what you get. Real good set of bulls.
Okay, first place in that last class went to 53X. That is on your substitution form. MFP Southern Charm, 9233. Consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, New Hartford, Iowa. Second was lot 66, Koch VAR Generation 976, Koch Angus Farms, Columbus Junction, Iowa. We're now showing class 17. That is lot 67, Double C in Focus, 10 RG. Consigned by Clayton Hester and Double C Stock Farm. Lot 68, Koch Tex Playbook 975. Consigned by Koch Angus Farm, Columbus Junction, Iowa. And lot 70, Hearts Lucky Charm 031Y731. Consigned by Hannah Rogers, Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa.
This set of bulls, I think there's a bull that really jumps to the top pretty easy. He walks in the ring and hits your eye. pretty striking, and I think he's a good solid bull when you get to analyze him. This is a powerful bull in terms of base width, structure, bone. He's good on the move. Just a real solid striking bull when he comes in the ring. The bull we've got in second, I think logically follows our top bull. He's good in terms of his overall package. He's good in terms of rib shape. He's got adequate width, and he's good on the move when you get him out in motion. A real nice set of bulls.
Okay, your winner in the last class was number 70, Hearts, Lucky Charm 031Y731. Consigned by Hannah Rogers, Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. Second went to Double C in Focus 10RG, consigned by Clayton Hester, Double C Stock Farm. They will now be showing for our senior bull calf champion, and those were 53X was first, MFP Southern Charm 9233, consigned by Mark's Family Purebreds, and lot 66, Koch VAR Generation 976.
We get back out here for division on these bulls. And the bull out of our first class, this bull, you got to admire him in terms of his extension, his skeletal makeup. He's good in terms of his overall width and rib and bone. Just a nice, solid individual. The bull out of our second class, this bull strikes you pretty good when he hits the ring. I like him in terms of his pattern, his smoothness. He's good and strong through his top with a lot of width. He's good and through his quarter and down into his stifle. And this bull is good in terms of rib shape. This bull wins this division pretty handily. Let's bring up this second place bull and compare these two up here. We get this second place bull up here, and he kind of follows more with this bull that won the first class. They're kind of similar in type and kind. And we'll follow with this bull that was second to our champion in this division for reserve. He more closely follows our bull that won this division. Congratulations.
Your senior bull calf champion went to lot 70. Hearts Lucky Charm 031Y731, consigned by Hannah Rogers. Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. And reserve went to Double C In Focus 10RG, consigned by Clayton Hester, and Double C Stock Farm, New Sharon, Iowa. We will now be showing our intermediate champion bulls. There's two of them, lot 72, DTA Payweight 1907, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa, and number 73, PAF Acclaim 951, consigned by Taylor Oldham, and Paul's Root Angus, Danbury, Iowa.
Nice set of intermediate bulls here. The bull we're going to start with, I like him just a little better as he ties in through his shoulder blade and into his rib cage. Just a little smoother in his appearance, and he's also, I like him a little better in terms of his hip structure and how he sets his hind leg down. I guess we get to the next bull here in class. This is the bull, maybe I don't know if he has the true width of the bull that wins the class, but he's an excellent individual in terms of extension and length, overall length, and 2 solid bulls.
Your intermediate champion bull went to lot 72, DTA Payweight 1907, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa. Reserve went to PAF Acclaim 951, consigned by Tyler Oldham and Paulsrud Angus, Danbury, Iowa. That was lot 73. Okay, we're now showing class 19. And that is number 75, Plum Creek Insight, 9742, consigned by Plum Creek Angus, Algona, Iowa.
Real solid single entry in this class. I think he could have withstood a little bit of heat as far as that. Really nice bull in terms of pattern, rib shape. Just a good, solid individual. We'll talk about him when he comes back out later.
Okay, our winner of our last class was Plum Creek Insight 9742, consigned by Plum Creek Angus, Algona, Iowa, lot 75. Now for our last class of the day, it is lot 76, PAF Charmer 952, consigned by Alex Paulsrud and Paulsrud Angus, and lot 77, DTA Epic 1904, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa.
really good pair of bulls here, and there's one that obviously wins this class. He's a really good individual. This bull is definitely soggy, easy doing. He's good on the move. He's got the good natural width all the way through in bone and structure. Just a good bull.
Okay, first in that last class was DTA Epic 1904 Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa. Second is PAF Charmer 952. They are now going for contention in the Junior Champion Bull Division against Lot 75, Plum Creek Insight 9742, consigned by Plum Creek Angus.
You get these bulls back out here, these two class winners, and this is kind of an interesting division here too. I think there's two really good bulls that compete for this thing. You've got the calf out of the older bull here out of the first class. This bull is really complete in terms of structure, type, and kind. He's really ties in nice through his shoulder and down his top. He's good in his hip. He's good in terms and adequate in terms of bone. A really good, solid, striking individual. But then you come to the bull out of this last class, or the second class, and this bull, he puts it all together. He's smooth, he's good and strong. I like the way he ties in his neck-shoulder junction. I really like his hip and leg structure on his hind end, and I like the way the bull gets out and moves. He's solid, he's easy doing in his type and kind, and this bull's gonna win this division. He's a really good bull. The bull going to follow with is the calf out or the bull out of the first class. He'll be your reserve. Two really good bulls.
Your junior champion bull was lot 77, DTA Epic 1904, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa. Reserve went to lot 75, Plum Creek Insight 9742, consigned by Plum Creek Angus, Algona, Iowa. We'll now be showing our grand champion bulls. These bulls will also be eligible for our Supreme Row. The champion bull will be eligible for our Supreme Row champion. And if he would win Supreme, they would win $2,500 for the consigner and $2,500 for the buyer of the bull if they win the Supreme Champion over all breeds. Your late junior bull calf champion was 34, Corey Insight, 703. He is in contention for Grand Champion Bull. Reserve went to number 32, Jensen's Gryman Express, 053. He is lot 32, consigned by Cale Jensen, Jensen Angus. Your intermediate junior bull was lot 37, Hearts Powerhouse, 096909. Consigned by Hannah Rogers and Hartzell Angus. Reserve in that division was lot 50. Swenson's 316-2120. He was reserve intermediate junior bull. He is consigned by Swenson Angus, Radcliffe, Iowa. Your early junior bull was lot 62. CB Synergy 001, consigned by Cassidy Becker and Becker Angus, Diagonal, Iowa. Reserve went to Jensen Special Effect, FAF, consigned by Cale Jensen and Jensen Angus, Plainfield, Iowa. Your senior bull was lot 70, Hearts, Lucky Charm, hang on, 031Y731, consigned by Hannah Rogers, Hartzell Angus, Moscow, Iowa. Reserve in that division was 67. Double C in Focus 10RG, consigned by Clayton Hester, Double C Stock Farm, New Sharon, Iowa. Your intermediate champion bull was 72. DTA Payweight 1907, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus. And reserve in that division was 73, PAF Acclaim 951, consigned by Taylor Oldham and Paul's Root Angus, Danbury, Iowa. And our last division of the day, the winner was DTA Epic 1904, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa. And reserve was Plum Creek Insight 9742, consigned by Plum Creek Angus, Algona, Iowa. Again, I would like everybody that's around the ring, let's give our judge a round of applause for all his hard work today.
I guess I want to start out by thanking the Iowa Angus Association for inviting me over to sort through these sale cattle. I think you guys have a really strong set of cattle. You guys have always been there when it comes to national shows, any type of Angus leadership. A lot of it comes from Iowa. It's always been a strong and solid state. I've always appreciated Iowa in terms of its support for the junior programs and how they've hosted junior nationals here a couple times since my kids have been involved. It's always been a good state in terms of families, and that's the biggest thing about this whole Angus thing is a lot of it's about family. It's about ties with other families that you meet. You get to see them, and it's always interesting. You get to something like this, and with weather conditions like they are, it's tough to get to these things. But I appreciate you coming out, taking time out of your daily routines, and coming to something like this. And to me, if you're gonna do something like this weather proves it. You've got to enjoy this stuff to do it. And it's not always easy, but it's kind of like my wife likes to say. She says it's not always the easiest way to do it, but you do what's right, not always what's easy. And that's kind of how I think agriculture is, especially in these times through COVID and all this political rhetoric we have to fight through. I mean, it's pretty tough. And I guess I'm glad I'm associated with agriculture. I think it's strong. I think it's what keeps us grounded. And I wish more of our politicians would get some grassroots education, I guess, so they'd have a better idea what their policies affect and who it affects. But enough of that. Let's go through and look at these bulls. The bull that wins is first division. I like this bull in terms of his overall completeness, structure, his overall width. He's good in terms of his type and kind. A real good, solid bull. The bull out of our second class or second division, this is just a real powerful kind of bull. He's got some width. He's really good in terms of rib shape. Just a good, solid, big bone bull. We get to the next bull in the next division. I like this bull. I think he's really smooth. I like him in his type and kind. He ties together real well. He doesn't always cooperate in the ring, but I like this bull. When you do get him set up, he presents a really nice look to him. The next bull, another, I guess I'd say, solid, stout, rugged looking bull. He's real complete. He's good, and he ties into his structure real well. He's done. But like I say, I think he's a good, solid bull. You got to like him in terms of his overall power and ruggedness. The next bull, he's a really good bull in terms of extension, length of neck. He ties together. He's smooth through his shoulder. Just a good, kind of complete bull. Then we get to the bull in this last division. I really think this is a stout individual. He's moderate. He's easy doing. He's good in terms of structure. I love his hip structure and the way he sets on his hind leg. He's really good in terms of rib shape, and he ties in real nice through his front end. A good, real solid, complete bull. I think you exhibitors should be proud of these cattle. They're going to be going to different types of programs, and it takes different types of cattle to fit those programs. I guess you as buyers need to decide what traits you're looking for and go after those traits. These bulls have a lot to offer, and these females that we looked at earlier today, they'll work in different programs and work for different people. So, there's a lot of options for the buyers and I think you guys have presented a really good set. I guess with that, I'm going to go out and select your champion of reserve bull, and thank you for having me. I guess the bull that we pull in that was reserve division to our champion, I guess I want to discuss him just a little bit too, because I think he's in the running as far as for reserve of this thing. I like this bull also. He's really good in terms of rib shape. He's got some width down his top, and he ties in real nice to his lower quarter. A good solid bull. I think he's definitely in the running. I'm going to give these things a second look here, and then I'll select your reserve. But really good set of bulls here.
Your Grand and Reserve Bull came out of our last division, DTA Epic 1904, consigned by Diamond Trail Angus, Monroe, Iowa. Reserve went to 75. Plum Creek Insight 9742. He is your Reserve Grand Champion Bull.